Yo, Hoopalings, Hoopa here, and we finally know who Penny is. We know who our Resident Evil lover is. We also know who her father is. Who is he? Who is she? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So, yeah, let's get started. You guys will be very surprised. Maybe. Who knows? But anyway, let's get into it. So let's talk about our Resident Evil lover, Penny. As of now, we don't know much about her other than 4 things, one of which is a secret until later on in the video. Stick around, it might blow your mind. But the other 3 things is, she's obsessed with the Pokemon Eevee and its evolutions, she is the leader of Team Star, and finally, she's not native to Paldea. That's right, Penny is from the Galar region. Now, I don't actually have the footage where Clavel tells us that he sent the leader of Team Star to the Galar region, but if you played the game, you know he said it. And if you haven't played the game, what are you doing here? Go play the game, then come back to this video. But after going through the game and Team Star's story, you'll find that Penny is indeed their leader, under the name of Cassiopeia, or Cassiopeia, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But after that, as well as finishing the final story of Scarlet and Violet, we don't really interact with her anymore until the epilogue of the game that was released Thursday, where we get this funny little interaction between Penny and her dad. So who's her dad? Well, it's Penny. That's right. Penny's father is none other than Penny, the man you meet in the Crown Tundra DLC in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So we know who her dad is now, but who is she? I mean, that seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? She's Pinoya, Penny's beloved daughter that he wanted to go adventuring with. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. Hoopa, Penny can't be Pinoya. Their ages wouldn't match up. Actually, they might be more similar than you think, and here's why. We don't actually know how much time passed since the events of Sword and Shield happened. It could have been years, it could have been months, it could have been weeks, for all we know. We don't actually have an answer, except for Scarlet and Violet's events take place after the events of Sword and Shield. We know this because we can find Sonia's research in the game, but in my opinion, I believe that the events of both games take place only months apart. That's just my opinion though. However, even if it did take place a couple years after the events of Sword and Shield, it really wouldn't matter because there are no real age recommendations for both schools. Both the Blueberry and Uva Academies accept people from very young to very old ages, as seen when playing the open areas of both games and DLC. I will say though, Blueberry Academy is a little bit more strict on age because we don't see elderly people in school uniforms. I still need eye bleach, and I will need it for the rest of my life. So that's one argument down. However, some of you might think that it might be another one of Penny's children. The only problem with that is he doesn't have any other children. He only has his precious daughter Penia, who is visiting from her school during the events of the Crown Tundra DLC. I would also like to bring your attention to their models and their artwork. Nothing much about them is similar. I mean, Pinoya has blonde cloud-like hair with pink tips. Penny has red and violet hair. Penny also has glasses. Pinoya doesn't. They both are wearing different school uniforms, but their eyes. You see, their eyes are similar. Penny's is a dull grayish green, while Pinoya's is, well, just green. Well, that proves it then, right? Penny isn't Pinoya. I mean, there are too many differences, right? Right? No. No, my dear friends. Allow me to introduce you to Clark Kent, a mild-mannered journalist for the Daily Planet. Now, let me introduce you to the man of tomorrow, the omni-powerful Superman. Now, Superman is completely different from Clark Kent. He's powerful, he's confident, he's brave, and many other things. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. But we know Superman is Clark Kent. What does that have to do with Penny being Pinoya? Well, let me introduce you to what I like to call the hidden in plain sight effect. Yes, we know that Superman is Clark's hero name, but the only difference between the two is his glasses. What we don't see anymore is that originally Superman wore a special kind of glasses. These glasses were slightly fogged enough to hide his striking blue eyes. The same blue eyes that would give his secret identity away. Now that we know this, that also brings up another question. If Penny did this, why? Well, during the events of the Crown Tundra DLC, we noticed that Pinoya is incredibly embarrassed by Penny and is inventorying of the Crown Tundra, eventually going off on her own so she can go into the raid dens and have fun, as she puts it. Even at the end of the DLC story, we see that she is still incredibly embarrassed because she got a golden exploration suit from Penny. I'm going to be honest with you guys, looked horrible. Don't want it, didn't want it, still got it. Gold backpack's cool though. All the while leaving the house after seeing it, saying how just outright declaring that he is embarrassing, which I think is funny. Let's also not forget that Penny was a former Galar champion, a Steel type gym leader, and the brother of Director Rose. I think President Rose. So here's my theory. Pinoya or Penny gets sent back to Galar for a break after the incident at Hoopa Academy. Pinoya, let's go with that one. The Pinoya we meet in the Crown Tundra DLC is what she looked like before the events of Scarlet and Violet. After the events of the DLC, she goes back, and due to not wanting to be associated with her embarrassing father, and wanting to be her own person, she dyes her hair further and puts the glasses on to hide her blue eyes, making them look more grayish green and adopting the nickname Penny. None of us truly catching on to who she really is until the events of the epilogue of Scarlet and Violet. So, what did you guys think of the video? If you liked it, how about you shadow punch that like button? And if you guys want to see more videos and be notified of more videos that I'm going to be doing in the future, how about you break swipe both the subscribe button and the notification bell? I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week. I will see you guys in the next video. Hoopa out. Bye, guys.